Yeah, I'm proud of the tough road win that we were able to get today. When you come over at a rivalry game, it's not going to be easy, but excited that we're walking away from here with a win. We can hopefully learn from it while also being happy with the win. Obviously, there are some things that we know we've got to get better at. We've talked through some of those things, and I think our players understand where we need to go and where we need to grow from here. But especially on that offensive end, you can really pick up a stat sheet and find a lot of positives. These two being a big part of that.
We'll go to questions now. We'll take our first one from Cora, and let's go with the student athletes first, so we can.
Jordan, I know you don't like talking about yourself, but today's a pretty big milestone, and to do it with 8 assists in one game, I mean, what does that mean to you to reach that, especially knowing that your assists have really elevated this team when maybe you're not having the best scoring night?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? This is like a lot to the question.
She's soaking it in. She was taking the moment.
It's a big milestone, especially with 8 assists in one game, getting to 400 in your career, and knowing that, especially this season when maybe you're not having the best shooting night, you're still affecting the game so much with your assists. I guess, what does it all mean to you?
I mean, well, like you said, I've been preaching this the whole preseason. We have a lot of depth. Like, we have a great bench, and when I'm not having a great shooting night, I know that my teammates is going, if I kick it out, they're going to have a great knock down a shot. But like I always say, I just play to win. I just do what I need to do to try to win the game, and then whatever happens, happens. So, but it is a great accomplishment to see those people that I'm up there with. I never would have thought about that, but like I said, I just focus on just trying to win, and then we have players like Karoline, who is just hardworking and puts the work in and wants to win as well, and great teammates. It just makes it a lot more fun.
Any questions, Cora?
Karoline, did you guys know that last assist was going to be 400 for her? That when
Carol,
she got that
I'm sorry. Carol knew. Carol knew this whole time. Literally, we was just talking about it, and
I might have been the only person on the team that knew it, but I was like scrolling on Twitter. I was like, "Oh snap! Jordan's about to get, she's about to be up there with the 4." And I was like, "Wow!" But I didn't even realize she had 8. I was glad she did, but yeah, that was crazy. I was excited for her. I was excited for her in my mind.
Thanks, Carol.
And, I mean, for it to be it was a pretty big bucket down the stretch when you guys were going back and forth. They kept cutting it to 8, and she finds Rakia, gets you guys back up. I guess just how big was that for you guys, for Rakia and Jordan to go off like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just big for having our 2 best scorers to just step up in a big moment like that. I think that them kind of leading the way gave us a lot of confidence on the defensive end, and just knowing that we can look to them in those moments is big.
Jordan, what kind of impact did Kaija Harbison have, and what was it like trying to, guard her for you guys?
Oh my goodness, no, she's
Sorry.
quick. I'm sorry, I just know the numbers. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names, but no, she's a great player. I credit her. She's as small as she is. She was getting down there, and she's fearless. So she has a great game, and we was having a hard time keeping her in front of us. But we just got to go back to film and, see, like, things I can adjust. But, like I said, credit to her because she played a heck of a game. She kept them in the game. We just got to lock down on defense next time. But, like I said, like, we couldn't stop her, so credit to her. But now we know we need to work on for the next time we see them.
Cora and then Caleb.
Obviously, Karoline career high today, but she also made a lot of contributions on the offensive boards, which was a huge difference in the game today. I guess what are your thoughts on her performance, and especially in the first half when you guys were struggling offensively?
I mean, Carol, she's that player that she does all the little things. She doesn't complain. She just, yes, ma'am, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a charge. It might hurt, but I'm going to do this because, this is what I want to do for the team, and that's what we need. She came in big for us, and I'm very proud of her. She puts the work in. Like I said, she's always in the gym rat. So I knew this was going to happen, and it's only up from here. So
Thanks.
Caleb.
I was going to ask, I leave this up to both of you, but with Vandy's tough zone.
Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. But I just had to say this is great for Carol because as we keep going down into the SEC, we're going to need her. We're going to really need her. So it's a great confidence boost for her and for the team, and I'm very proud of her. Okay, I'm done now.
Thanks, Jordy. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. So I'll leave this up to both of y'all, but with Vandy's tough zone defense, how did you go about breaking that? Obviously, you did good in the post and kind of spreading the floor with some three-point shooting, but can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, we moved around a lot. Like I remember I was running the baseline a lot. I was in in the middle. We just had to have ball movement and body movement. We thought they were going to press us, which they didn't. But we adjusted to that, and we just found the open spots and just kept ball movement and body movement was what helped us.
Cora.
Jordan Rakia was playing 4 fouls down the stretch there. Came in. I'm pretty sure she had 7 points after she came back in. After she came back in from the fourth foul. And if she's not in, obviously you'll get the assist, but also that's a way tighter game down the stretch if she's not able to play through 4 fouls and get those finished. How big was her poise, especially through off-conference play, but to play with 4 fouls on the stretch and come up like that for you guys?
It just shows her maturity. It shows that she can play with fouls. And it shows that she will play through anything. Like we needed her at the end, and she came through and kept playing. She didn't really have the greatest, shooting night, but we was all in her ear saying, you got this. Keep shooting. Next shot, and she pulled it out. She got out of her funk, and we needed that.
All right, we'll let the players go at this point.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach Harper? Cora.
Just going to start with Jordan. Massive, massive milestone for her. And to do it when she had a game with 9 assists, a game with 8 assists. What can you say about how her playmaking has improved from last season?
Well, I think she's an elite level playmaker, and she can go score. She can obviously assist, as we're seeing that. She can go rebound. She can make a play on the defensive end. I think she's making plays. She is typically stuffing the stat sheet right now, and I'm just proud of her. I think she's seeing the floor well. I think the game is it's slowed down so much throughout her career. When she was a freshman, it was going so fast, but she's in great command right now of when she has the basketball.
And as a follow-up, you were a point guard, obviously. There was one play when Tess was running across the baseline for that corner 3, and she threw it across her body to the corner. How impressive is her, not only her court vision, but her ability to pass so precisely?
Yeah, she has great vision, and she's executing those right now. The other thing about Jordan, she is always looking to make a play. The thing about her, when she has the ball, there's not very many times that she's just going to kick it up top and say, let's try something else. She is literally trying to make a play every time she has the basketball, and that is what makes her so dangerous to the opponents. And, there were a few possessions there that there's not a whole lot there, and she can make something happen. I think she's doing a really good job of staying aggressive. I think that's when she's at her best.
Any other questions for Coach?
What did you see out of Kaija Harbison, number 11 for Vanderbilt?
Yeah, obviously. We knew going into the game she is a tremendous scorer. She's done it all year, been very consistent. She's hard to guard. She's very quick. She's shifty. She is fearless. I think Jordan may have mentioned that. She's been fearless. She'll take it in. She finishes so well around the basket, which is, credit to her. And she shoots the ball well, so you can't back off of her. You got to get up and guard her, which is opening some driving lanes. And obviously she can get in there and put the ball in the hole. She's a great scorer.
Cora.
Kind of same question about Rakia. You only got to sit her for about a minute before you need her back in that game with 4 fouls. Obviously she's been very poised throughout SEC play, but I guess how much confidence do you feel like gives her that you trust her, hey, go in, make this happen with 4 fouls?
Yeah, I was hoping she'd be really smart. I was hoping that she would understand how she needed to play. In that moment, you also can't quit playing on the defensive end. Just because you have 4 fouls, you have to guard on that end of the court as well. And I thought she was able to do that. I thought she was able to guard and to play free without getting that 5th. And then offensively, she's such a threat. And she, early on, the shots that we're normally used to seeing go in, they didn't go in for her early, but she stayed aggressive, found some easy looks, and was crucial for our offense down the stretch.
Jordan said y'all expected a Vanderbilt to press, but they ended up in a zone. How did you go about breaking that zone? And it felt like some possessions, there was nothing going on. In other possessions, you could do whatever you want on the offensive end.
Yeah, I think for us, when we move the ball, man or zone, I think our offense is better. I think our production's pretty high in those moments. I thought we did a good job for the most part of cleaning up some misses. We had some open shots that didn't go down. We were able to get on the boards and still find production there. We expected to see a zone today, and we've been working hard on still finding that ball movement. I think there's definitely some possessions we can clean up, but obviously you walk out of a conference game, you put 84 on the board on the offensive end, you got to be pretty pleased with that.
Cora.
At the beginning of the season, you weren't happy with where the team was with rebounding. Today it was completely the difference. It's the second game in a row with 20 or more offensive rebounds. How happy are you with that progress? And, what do you feel like led to the uptick in offensive boards?
Well, it's been an emphasis for us, but it was always an emphasis, so I can't take credit for it in what we've done coaching-wise. To me, it's all our players. I think they right now have an urgency on the boards. They understand what they need to do. They're giving more effort in that area, which is probably the biggest area of improvement in terms of how we're getting those boards. We're just trying harder. And, I think right now they have pride in that. They like the fact that they're a good offensive rebounding team. And I think we have to continue to emphasize it. We have to continue to work on it, hold them accountable when we can. And, I think a lot of what we've been doing recently, I think we put them in pretty good position to be able to get in there and get the board. So proud of that too.
Kayla.
Can you just talk about kind of what went awry down the stretch? Because Vanderbilt cut into the lead in the fourth quarter and ended up outscoring y'all 23-19.
Yeah, well, I know at one point they scored 6 straight possessions. So it's that end of the court. They may have had some transition buckets. I think they had drives. We had some fouls, offensive board, kick out for a 3. I mean, it wasn't just one thing. It wasn't just our ball screen defense. It wasn't just our post defense. It wasn't just our transition. It was just a little bit of everything. And that's where, we have to have a little bit more urgency going down the stretch or in the second half to be able to get stops. And no, what you've done, if it's worked, you got to keep doing it. And as the game changes and the game evolves, you have to evolve with it. But you can't lose that urgency and the intensity. And I think we lost it just a little bit in the second half on the defensive end.
Go ahead and wrap up with Cora.
Can't forget about Karoline with you. It felt like the first half she was just really finding herself in great position. She'd be wide open under the basket. What can you say about the way she's been able to settle into this offense and find her rhythm and how important she was today? Yeah,
I think what was happening, we had so many people. Rakia, Jordan, I think we had people really finding them, keying in on them. It was leaving her open several times, and not just open for passes, which we found her a few times. I know Rakia had a dump down early on. It was really nice. But open for offensive boards and then essentially put back. So I think moving our personnel around, but also putting Carol in position to be able to clean that up and score. And, she's physical. She's a good rebounder. She really is a good rebounder, and we were able to see that today. We took some good shots that were missed, that because we took them, they were good shots, they were in rhythm, it made sense that we would be crashing the boards. And I think that was also the timeliness of the shots led to the offensive boards as well. So there were a lot of things working, but we're just really proud of Karoline. I mean, she was just battling. She's just battling on the boards, battling on defense, and communicating. And proud of her and happy for her today.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank y'all.